There's been a good bit of activity in the BB Pulse Travel Centers of America and GigaHub build project. Let's go ahead and get into what's new. As a recap from last time, there's something that has been introduced called time of use pricing, which levels out the pricing compared to what the energy costs in the given location are. So this is something to look forward to. In each one of the different locations, the gas stations, the gigahubs, and the Travel Centers of America locations are going to have varying pricing, and also depending on time of day. So very common for electric vehicle charging companies to move this type of model, and BP Pulse is no different. Okay, let's get into the gigahubs, because there's been a ton of activity surrounding those. First off, obviously, Boston opened with much fanfare, and this is what it currently looks like. It is officially open now and in service. First gigahub by BP Pulse in the United States. However, we have other ones waiting in the wings. This is Inglewood, California. The picture was provided by Steve at Plug and Play EV, and I did ask him also if it was okay if I use this video that I'm about to show you, and he said yes. And I'm going to roll this video and discuss it because there's a good bit of information in this video. Let me just play it through first, and then I'll come back with commentary. Okay, so I am going to pause it right here. A couple of things to call out. I interviewed Sujay Sharma, the CEO of BP Pulse North America, and he mentioned the LAX GigaHub was going to have an attached facility. And I was thinking in the pictures that I saw from Scott Owens, the previous, while it was under construction, it was going to be this facility back here in this area. But now it's clear in Steve's video, it's this facility right here. You can see it actually under construction and in the same parking lot. This one has a fence blocking it. But there's something over here which we don't have a good picture of what it looks like. But there was mention of attached facilities, so obviously it's going to have some kind of restroom, vending area, air conditioning, a place to kick back and relax as your car is charging. Let's go ahead and forward on a little bit further, and we will count chargers. All right, I think we zoom in here. The iconic V-shaped canopy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I count 8 Alpitronic hyperchargers for a total of 16 stalls facing in alternating directions. That's kind of curious, I suppose. So I suppose these 2 stalls are supported by this one. I don't understand how the layout is, unless this stall and this stall are supported by, yeah, that must be what it is. This stall and this stall are supported by this one. This stall and this stall are supported by this one, and they just alternate the placement of the Alpitronic. And then we got the tritium chargers down at the further end for cars that are charging at 150 kilowatts and below. And the BP Pulse branding, the BP Pulse color palette, even on the bollards. The asphalt is complete. That wasn't the case before. And so this station, it looks like is getting ready to be commissioned. We got a transformer in the ground, and all good. This is likely ready to go in short order. There's a little bit of work left to do here. And I actually know when Steve took this video, and it has been a couple of weeks since then, so I'm thinking this facility is very close to getting wrapped up and commissioned. Okay, let's go to the next one. San Francisco, right outside of San Francisco International Airport, another GigaHub has been spotted. There is no canopy at this location, but Alpitronic hyperchargers with the accessibility stalls without a curb, and then you see a curb going down here. And close to San Francisco International Airport, which is definitely prime real estate. Des Plaines, Illinois, outside of Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and it's kind of hard to see from this picture, but this is, let's go to PlugShare. So when you zoom in, there's 3 pips, and the reason if there's actually all 3 of these are BP Pulse, but this is the station, the one in the middle. There's a Holiday Inn Express, and right here is a Tesla supercharger. That's not a Tesla supercharger. That is the Tesla supercharger that everyone has been harping about in the Chicago area. I think it's 96 stalls. This is very large, but there's no amenities. Basically, if you want to go to the restroom here, I'm not going to point to the Willow Creek, but I suppose that's an option. It's you have to stormtroop into the Holiday Inn Express or go to the BP gas station. But you'll see the BP is soon to be taken over by this gigahub, and let's kind of walk through these pictures really quick. You see this is the BP gas station. It has a Dunkin' Donuts attached. We've got canopy going in, and I'm thinking if I'm a rideshare driver, instead of going to the Tesla supercharger, I'm going to be pulling in underneath the canopy and using this one. Plus it's a little bit closer to the on-ramp, off-ramp of the interchange into the O'Hare freeway. And there's the gas station immediately adjacent underneath the canopy that's getting put in. You can see it's a very nice facility. Restrooms, obviously, and it stretches all the way back from the street portion all the way back in kind of a V-shaped area. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. We'll talk about that V-shaped area. Let me go to satellite. Yeah, so this is what we're taking over right here. All this property coming down here and then back over on the other side. So this is the back side, the V portion, where there's going to be the center light post, it looks like, or a support for the canopy, an anchor portion of the canopy. There's again the back side of the gas station, and then looking forward back towards the street. And you can see over here is under construction as well. Likely that's where the switch gear is going to be, or perhaps some more chargers. I'm not sure, but we now have chargers on property, and these are the tritium chargers getting ready to be installed in these locations. So progress getting made at O'Hare. Much appreciated to a viewer who, he did not mention I could say his name, so I'm not going to, but a viewer supplied me these photos, and I asked him if it was okay to add to PlugShare, and he said yes. And I've also submitted to PlugShare to have these 3 pips coalesced into a single pip, to have that cleaned up, because really it's only 1 station, and it shows 3 right now. Okay. Before we get to the recap of the new info, there is one additional LinkedIn post that I want to bring everyone's attention to. This is also occurring in multiple different markets. Here is what's going on with BP Pulse in England. Might be United Kingdom. So they say a total of 34 tritium installed in just under 3 weeks. So just to recap, we heard that BP Pulse was having their budget basically cut in half, but we are not seeing the effects of that yet. And I don't know if this was previous inertia that is proceeding along, or if that budget cut was not as much of a hit as it was made out to be. And they're just able to just readjust their project plans a little bit and keep on going. I like this station. In England, oftentimes parking is at a premium, and so they put in a double stall single tritium unit at a location in England, but a total of 34 tritium installed in just under 3 weeks is the caption here. There's a picture of another one, and getting spread out all over the United Kingdom. New BP Pulse installs. Okay, back to the update. Again, to recap what this project entails, in case anyone is unfamiliar with it, the 40 largest metropolitan areas in the United States are going to be getting a gigahub like what was shown at Boston, LA, San Francisco, and Chicago's O'Hare Airport. A large gigahub with around 40 stalls. And then Travel Centers of America, the 300 locations of which there are currently in the portfolio. This word is every single one of them is going to be getting one of these builds. And then British Petroleum gas station branded locations like BP, Amco, AMPM, Thorntons are going to be getting what are known as the densification effort. Here's the map from BP Pulse. Really nothing much additional to call out here. I do have a map coming at the end of this slide deck that shows what I know to have progressed. Let's get into a couple of sites that are showing progress with construction. First off, Eloy, Arizona. This is a new location just recently spotted. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 stalled Alpitronic location in a pretty desolate area south of Phoenix. 16 stalls is nothing to sneeze at. And as you can see, some of these handles are J3400. Looks like 6 of them. And then we switch over to CCS for the ones over here. Very impressive. PlugShare user Ripa provided this picture. Jacob had already Penguin 1 supplied an update for the location in El Paso, which is on Interstate 10, and the other one was also on Interstate 10. So I guess we are looking at a focus on Interstate 10 initially. We know that the LAX gigahub is there, and I guess you could say Interstate 10 somewhat terminates in Los Angeles. So maybe they're trying to do a coast-to-coast build on Interstate 10. We know that the Jacksonville, Florida location, which is not too far from Interstate 10, is one of their first locations. So speculation at this point. We don't have enough pips in order to call that at this time, but it could be the case because this is Interstate 10 and El Paso is Interstate 10. And count the chargers with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a total of 12 stalls getting put in here in El Paso, West Texas. I do see J3400 and then CCS, so there's at least 2 J3400s. And I can't quite see further on down the line. This is what it looks like in table form. The greenfield locations that are known. Pause here for a second. San Francisco is added, and Rosemont is really Des Plaines. I suppose Rosemont and Des Plaines are very close to each other. Originally from that area of the Chicago area, greater Chicago area. Let's see. The 2 ones that are open. Logan is open. I should have put the check mark there. And Los Angeles is going to be open pretty soon. We saw that. These are the Travel Centers of America locations. And look over here for the brand. Eloy, Arizona. This is listed, if you're wondering what the sorting is, by PlugShare ID, which is somewhat chronological as they were spotted. So these ones up here, Erie, Pennsylvania, were spotted a long time ago because the PlugShare ID is 549,000, but down here we're at 755,000 for the PlugShare ID. And London, Ohio was a sleeper site, and that opened. Where is the El Paso? Here it is. And this is under construction. I apologize. I should have switched that over to construction. Okay, so here is the map. Anything red is known to be under construction. As you can see, we've got 3 under construction in the state of California. We've got the one outside of Phoenix. We've got the one in West Texas. The one in Pennsylvania we're a little bit unsure about. And the one north of Houston at the Houston International Airport we're also unsure about. We don't have any pictures yet. Those are thought to be. And then the Chicago O'Hare Airport gigahub making good progress with a very obvious one of those V canopies going in. Same thing that we're seeing at the LA gigahub with the attached gas station immediately adjacent to the very large 96 stall Tesla supercharger station. That's the update we have for this time. Thank you very much for watching.